What's up everyone and welcome to a new exciting video. We are up again in Baxter State Park, or at least really close by. I'm at Able Bridge again. This iconic bridge has the most stunning view of Katahdin. And tonight, we have the possibility of some aurora. So we got coronal holes tonight, and I have dreamed of this shot with Katahdin here from this bridge with the reflections of the aurora in the river here. I really think it's going to be one of my most iconic images from Maine if I can get this shot and nail this shot. However, it's only predicted to be G1 or G2, and of course, being as remote as we are here, there's like no cell service. So I have no idea what's really going to happen, which sucks. So I can drive like 10 miles up the dirt road and get service, but that takes like 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes one way to really kind of check out and get any service, which stinks. But man, I could never get tired of this view. And not only that, those are the trees right there where there's some bald eagles nesting. Check out this footage. Well, this makes me pretty sad. There's a freaking frying pan left here. I mean, there's a lot of trash left here. This is really sad. So down below the bridge, there's a little walking path, kind of where the pullout is. But this would be a really nice spot to leave the camera. Huh, have to consider leaving it here. Well, I'm filming this on my phone because I am just surrounded by water that's just barely below how tall my muck boots are. And I really wish I brought my full set of waders, because those protect me up to my waist or even my chest. Because I could just put my bag on one of these rocks out here and I'd be fine. But I'm so close for the water being too deep. Like every step I take is just like, oh God, all the water's gonna pour into my boot. Which really sucks, because this is a really, really nice spot. I really wanted to shoot here. I had scouted here in a previous video that I was planning on doing for the double Milky Way arch. But now that the spring thaw has happened, it's rained a ton. This is just, you need a full-on wetsuit. I probably spent about the last hour stomping through here. I actually found a path through the tall trees that took me all the way to the back, but the area that I wanted to shoot in is still just covered in water. So it's a no-go for here, because that's really unfortunate. I was actually planning on potentially doing another double Milky Way tonight. So that's a big bummer. So I think I'm gonna look for one other spot, maybe see if I can do one last winter Milky Way, saying goodbye to the season. I kind of already did that a couple nights ago in this last video that I did, but not really expecting to do much winter Milky Way tonight, because I was gonna focus on aurora. So actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go try to go get service and see what the aurora's doing, and then I'll head back to Able Bridge. Well, it's astro dark, or it's dark, astro dark, whatever you want to call it. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:06. Aurora data. I had to drive a good 15 minutes out, which is whatever. I got to spend 15, 30 minutes on my phone checking things. I checked the Aurora cam for the New England Outdoor Center, which actually really isn't that far from here, which is kind of funny. But there's nothing on camera. The solar wind is just crawling. The whole reason I really came up here was to hopefully get the aurora with that shot with the mountain. So no aurora. However, the BZ is negative, and it's between like -5 and -7, which is okay. The IMF, interplanetary magnetic field, is pretty weak still. It's only like 6. With the sustained negative BZ, more than likely we will see some maybe pinks or reds or something, but it's not going to be what I'm looking for. And I'm really tempted to go home. But I'm under some pretty incredible dark skies. So the only thing that I can think of is I might as well just leave my cameras going for a time lapse or something. And I might try to maybe do some deep space stuff. Maybe try some Cygnus on my Canon, or maybe Ro Ophiuchi on my Canon. I think I would really like to do Ro Ophiuchi. I'd have to get up around, I think, 2-ish to start doing that, which I think would be freaking awesome. But I don't know. This is definitely not what I kind of thought was going to happen, but I'm going to go set up to do some time lapses, star trails, whatever I can make out with this epic location that I'm at. So let's see. Well, we got a little bit of aurora. Just like I thought. Just some pink and a tiny bit of greenish yellow. Nothing spectacular. It's going to take a lot of time to build. I think I just put in a fresh battery, so I think I might just leave the cameras here doing a time lapse because my Canon intervalometer is not working. The battery port is loose, and the batteries don't connect very well. And it looks like tonight's the last night. Or I guess last time was the last night it worked. So, oh well. I'll just have to use my Benro as the remote shutter. But thankfully the Sony has it built in.